Okay, I think we are live. Just give it a couple minutes. No, not a couple minutes, just a couple seconds, I guess, to let people come in here, and then we'll get started. 'Cause I wanted to have a in-depth, not an in-depth conversation, but a conversation with you guys um, about what is going on. The Supreme Court just had a decision today. Actually, still saying 0 people are in here. Hold on. If anyone is in here, okay. I guess there's people in here. It's just not looking like it for some reason. All right. So today, the Supreme Court ruled that affirmative action is unconstitutional. And this isn't a gun issue, which you guys probably already know, but it is an issue that's important to me because I know someone that's very close to me that has been passed over for promotion 9 times because the place where this person works has decided that they want to fix racial inequality at the top levels of where she works at. So they passed her up for promotion 9 times because of that. So today's Supreme Court decision is something that I really wanted to talk about. And the reason why Judge Clarence Thomas is in the thumbnail is because he spoke saying that the Constitution has been upheld now by them not allowing affirmative action, which is, I wouldn't even call it reverse racism because it's just racism. And Sotomayor tried to tie everything to being, um, yeah, A-dubs, she should be like, I'm transracial. No, but Sotomayor tried to tie everything to some type of white supremacist type stuff, which it's not. I wanted to go over some of the stuff that you might not know about the case and just to dispel some of the rumors. Well, that uh, one thing that is interesting is she tried to tie this to white supremacy, saying that, white people have a better chance of getting this, blah, blah, blah. We need affirmative action because, white people have this. If you don't know what the case was brought against Harvard because Harvard takes money and they were admitting people on basis of race. The case was not brought by someone with the same skin tone as me. The case was brought against Harvard by a group of Asian students. Asian students were being discriminated against, not because they were minorities, but because they did too well on test scores. So they decided that there's too many Asians at Harvard. So they decided to rig the system so Asians would have to perform better and get better grades than anyone else um, to get into Harvard, which is blatantly wrong. Racism is evil, and it's evil whether it's against white people, if it's against Asians, if it's against blacks, if it's against Hispanics. I view racism as evil. Affirmative action is nothing but a racist act, right? So, affirmative action gives you points because you are a certain race. Martin Luther King said that people should be judged by the content of their characters instead of the color of their skin. Now, for some reason, the same people that say that, you know, I'll put Martin Luther King up on a pedestal decide that they are not for that. So even though that they highlight Martin Luther King and talk about how Martin Luther King was great, they do not stand for the ideas that he preached. Martin Luther King wanted people to be judged by who they are and by what they do and not by the color of their skin. What we are seeing from the left in the Biden administration, because the Biden administration is already attacking this decision, is that they are judging people by the color of their skin. They have a preconceived notion that people of a certain complexion cannot do as well as people of another complexion. And that is just wrong. The person that's very close to me that's been passed up 9 times is a white person, and they decided that they wanted to do some type of racial equality. So she has been passed up 9 times by people less qualified than her and people that she actually mentored because they wanted to fill that position with someone of a person of color. Everybody that's gotten promoted to that position in the last 10 years has been a minority, and that's not a mistake. They are open about that they are promoting via skin color. So she puts in for the promotion, and every single time they tell her, "Hey, you are recommended for promotion. We would promote you, but we need to have a balance." And after a certain amount of time, it really, really pisses me off. This person is non-confrontational, so she doesn't want to make a big stink. I would, if it was me, I would be screaming to high hell, and I would be bringing down the full force of everything I have on the racist practices of this company. But it's not me, so I can't make that decision. If it was someone that was related to me, I would definitely make that decision or push for that. So now, with the Harvard decision, this might actually go over to other other parts of the government, other places that take government funding, because you are not allowed to discriminate against. And I think it's really wrong, and I think it's really evil that the Biden administration and Sotomayor and the left want to discriminate. It's like they think that people of color are not capable of what white people or Asian people are doing. And if you think about it this way, Asian people are a minority. This affirmative action at Harvard was hurting a minority group. And it wasn't a minority group that is on the Democratic plantation. And I think that's the whole entire case. If Asians voted Democrats a lot, Asians are more independent. They vote Democrat, they vote Republican. But if Asians was solely in the Democratic side of the camp, I'm pretty sure the Democrats wouldn't have any type of problem with that. All right, I just wanted to do that. I know this isn't gun related, and but it's something that I feel strongly about because I've seen someone close to me, someone that I've known for a few decades now, get constantly passed up because the place where this person works has a policy where right now you cannot get promoted to a certain level without being a person of color because they are trying to balance it out on top. And no, I don't have a white privilege. If you know about my childhood, that's flying rich. I definitely do not come from a white privilege area or white privileged anything. I've had my struggles and I got through it. I started out with nothing and I made something of myself. And everyone can do it. And if you play the victimhood card, that is your choice. But there you are. Yeah, racism is definitely un-American. Everyone is created equal, but we got to remember there's a difference between equality and equity. Equality is everyone has a chance. Equity is a predetermined outcome based on race. So basically, equity is everyone gets the same no matter what. So equity is not the starting line, it's a finish line where everyone gets a participation trophy, where equality is everyone has a chance to race. There is no guarantee of outcome. I am in Virginia. Okay. So I just wanted to make a quick little video, even though it's not gun related. I usually don't. I usually stick to the gun stuff. I will not be doing videos probably in the next few days. I'm taking a few days off just to recharge, but I am doing a show. At 5 o'clock with Flying Rich over at John Crump Live. And we have the guy from the Lore Lodge. The Lore Lodge is a great channel. You guys should check it out. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Just wanted to make a little 10-minute video because I didn't feel like recording something and just didn't feel like recording something, to tell you the truth. And I feel very, very, very strongly about this topic. All right, guys. I will see you probably Wednesday-ish, I hope. And yep. All right, cool. All right, thanks. Bye. Oh yeah, I did hear about, okay. I'll talk about that really fast. Yes. A district judge says when someone gets out of prison, they get their gun rights back. What is interesting about this, and this is going to be very, very interesting to everyone, but the judge is a liberal kook who is anti-gun. So what I believe he was doing is, I believe he was doing this as an FU to Bruin, saying, hey, look at what you have. And he's daring the Fifth Circuit Court, or thinking the Fifth Circuit Court's going to overturn his decision. And then he's going to say, look, bro, look what Bruin is giving us. I'm hoping that the Fifth Circuit decides that, you know what, we are going to concur with your ruling and go pound sand. That's what I'm hoping, but who knows? But this judge is definitely not a friend of gun rights. So what I'm looking at, Blaze, is the actual rulings that he's done in the past, his actual statements about guns, his track record, and there's no way that he would rule this way without that. I mean, it's just it's obvious, and there's just no way that he's saying, hey, you know, I believe that he should get his guns back. He is doing this to try to show how Bruin is, you know, not a good thing, and how Bruin has went too far. But I do think that anyone who gets out of prison should get their gun rights back. Once you get out of prison, you should get all your rights back. You served your debt to society, and now it's time for you to be restored to a full citizen. And without the right to vote, without the right to guns, you are not a full citizen. You are some type of second-class citizen. So when you get out of prison, when you get out of jail, whatever, you should get all your rights back and become an equal citizen. That's what I mean when I say that everyone's created equal. And with taking the rights away from prisoners, even when they get out, it's just not right. It doesn't seem right. And if you're that dangerous that you cannot own a gun, why are you out anyway of prison? If these people are so dangerous that they shouldn't have guns, then why are they out? I also believe that, you know, prisons are overpopulated, and there is a prison industrial complex. And if we get rid of all drug laws, that you would empty out prisons, and that would be a good thing. Because I think it's like 60% of all prisoners in prison are there for drugs. So, you know, whatever. But I'm a libertarian like that. Sun Perkins, North Carolina. I love North Carolina. It's a great state. All right, guys. That's it. I will see you guys. Hold on. Let's see here. I've had over 30 years ago, which comes with a lifetime value. Even in California, give them back in 5 years. Any suggestions? Yeah, you can get them back. It's going to cost you a lot. You have to hire an attorney, and then you have to file some paperwork. and they might ask you to show up in person and bring character references. I actually had a friend that was a former drug dealer who has put his life together, and he didn't have a charge for like 20 years, and I testified on his behalf that he has changed, and it was really funny. He got a top secret clearance before he got his gun rates back, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Chamber. Also, Slim, if you want to email me, I could probably reach out to some people at GOA. Jordan Stein is down there. They might know the law better than that. Right restoration is based on states and not really on a federal law. Um, but so it might be. Yeah. Yeah. Well, affirmative action is racism. So that's why I said they ruled against racism, because they were discriminating against Asians. So yeah, there's certain states where you get your rights back right away, and there's other states where you it's really really hard. What's really interesting is when you go from one state that recognizes the right to get your rights back, and you get your rights back there, but then you move to another state which doesn't recognize the same thing, and then you become prohibited again. So yeah. So all right, guys, that's it. I just want to make a quick little video about this, and yeah, that's my take on it. And yeah, thanks so much. If you want to continue the conversation, 5 o'clock, there's gonna be a different conversation. It's gonna be really fun. It's a non-gun related show today. I don't feel like doing gun stuff today. But yeah. All right, guys. See you guys later. Bye. Oh, wait. Like the first step to racism is believing that there's different races. There's only one race, the human race. Democrats believe that there's separate races. Very good. All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Bye.